Welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user EBN80. That's EBN80, and he's driving the M4 Sherman on an encounter battle on the mines. M4 Sherman being a tier 5 medium tank for the Americans, and it gets that lovely mini derp cannon there that we see, which is capable of absolutely wreaking havoc on your opponents, especially when you are the top tier in the battle. This thing is capable of one-shotting quite a few of these tanks. In fact, if we take a look at the damage, I mean, it's only got a penetration of 53, but the damage there, the average damage being 410, this thing is just going to absolutely wreck people's days. Spots out a Crusader. A little bit unfortunate there to get a lot of that damage eaten up by the track, so not quite able to take him out. And for a tier 5, 7.5 second reload is quite punishing, but the second shot lands true and takes out the Crusader, and EBN picks up a quick first kill, just over a minute into the battle. So on the face of things, 7.5 second reload isn't particularly long, but it is when you are a tier 5 tank, and at around about this tier you should be used to about a 2 to 3 second reload, so this thing can be a little difficult to learn to play with. Finds a T25 across the way there, again a little bit unfortunate to get a critical there, but still doing a good bit of damage to the T25. Going to see if we can get some more side armor from him, but I think he doesn't want to take any more of that damage, so hiding behind a rock. Looks like the enemy team is pushing quite heavily on that flank there, although most of them appear to be concentrated on that far right hand side in and around the cap circle. Allied team looks like they are holding the hill at the moment. There is a T14 trying to contest with that Wolverine there, but there is a Panzer IV and a Chi-Nu up on the hill. Beautiful shot to take out that T34 there, scoring over 300 damage to get the kill on that one. And that was a fantastic shot there. Well, it looks like that T14 has finished off the Wolverine now, and he's going to make his way up onto the hill to try dueling with the Panzer IV and that Chi-Nu. The Panzer IV and Chi-Nu aren't paying attention to the mini-map, then they are going to be in serious trouble. Although it looks like that T14 may be firing at EBN here, as he takes a little bit of damage. That might not have been from the T14, as if it was, he probably would have hung around to try and do some more damage. As it is, he's pushing further onto the hill. EBN going to allow his reticule to close in on this Panzer IV here, and that's a fantastic shot to take out that Panzer IV from the front there. Enemy team pushing in on the cap circle now with a little bit more force than they were earlier. That T14 spun around the corner, and he's alerted that Panzer IV and that Chi-Nu to his presence now. I'm going to be dueling with those ones. Those guys don't know what they're doing, then this T14 could have his way with them, but it looks like they're playing pretty smart here. Chi-Nu charged in though a little bit too early before that Panzer IV was able to flank completely around, and then it looks like that T14 has set up now and is absolutely ready for the T14. So a little bit unfortunate there. The Chi-Nu just decided to throw his life away on that one. But it looks like our man EBN here going to come up and offer some support. Although it looks like the Panzer IV might have the best of this one. But EBN takes him out anyway. But the Panzer IV gets taken out by the AT2. And I think that was actually a team kill. The AT2 camping from the base was able to take out the Allied Panzer IV there. So a little bit unfortunate there. Gets a lovely shot through the side of that Hetzer there and easily picks up kill number 5. The enemy team still capping this one out, and the Allies really been a little bit slow to react here. The majority, what's that? Oh, is he going to get it? Yes, he is. Lands right on top of that Panzer IV to pick up kill number 6 and his Top Gun medal. But as you can see, there are, what's that, 3, 4, 5 tanks camping in the Allied base. There's only 30 seconds left on the cap timer, and only now are they starting to move and realizing that the enemy team is staying well hidden in cover. And there was going to be no way they were going to get shots on anybody there, but for some reason still stubbornly refusing to move from their camping positions. Nothing that Wolverine could have done in that situation apart from just hide behind a building, because that Wolverine's armor's never going to stand up to a derp cannon like this. Those shells are just going to sail right through there, and indeed they do, and EBN picks up kill number 7. So game's still fairly even at the moment. Allied enemy team winning at 10 kills to 9. And it looks like they're going to go for the cap on this one. It's a little bit of a shame they've still got 2 medium tanks far over on the left-hand side. If they had them in this cap circle, Enemy team could probably win this one out quite convincingly, especially considering two of the allies still stubbornly refusing to move from the base, even though one of them is a medium tank. Going to come around here and find the Panzer Soufflé, takes him out, and that's kill number 8. Well deserved Radley Walters here, but you can see a Chi-Nu going to be coming in on the base campers there and going to punish them for remaining in the same place. EBN just going to play a little bit of run around the houses here. He doesn't want to take a shot from that 30-01. You can understand why. He's only got 130 hit points left. This T-34 playing dangerously in the distance there. And EBN's able to take him out. And that is kill number 9 now. And the momentum has definitely shifted into the favour of the Allies here. They've now got more people in and around the cap circle. Looks like the guys camping the base were able to take out the attacking T-34. And that just leaves that Chi-Nu in there. Enemy M4 appears on the hill, so you're going to have to be careful nobody gets shot in the rear by this guy. Flanks around the corner, gets a great shot through the back of this VK-30-01 now. And he's got to contend with the guys in front of him. And a beautiful ammo rack from that Panzer IV sees him off, and that is the end of his game. Allied team now going to sit this one out and try and cap it off, because it looks like the Panzer IV and that AT-2 from the base have been able to fend off the T-34 and that Chi-Nu Kai. Not the Chi-Nu Kai, sorry, the Chi-Nu. And that just leaves the M4 Sherman up on the hill. And now man EBN going to flank all the way around. But it looks like the guys who were camping the base, that Panzer IV and that, well, maybe not the AT-2, but that Panzer IV's finally woken up. And he is on the move, and he's going to be closing in. And they kill each other. So a little bit of revenge there. So, yeah, the Panzer IV getting the kill on the M4, and the M4 returning the favour on the Panzer IV, and that is GG and the victory. So, absolutely awesome bit of play there from EBN80, picking himself up almost 2,500 points of damage and 9 kills. 2,500 points of damage, no mean feat at tier 5. So, absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around, because as always, the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Zoropop. That's Zoropop, and he's driving the WZ-132 on a standard battle on the highway. WZ-132 being a tier 8 light tank for the Chinese. This thing does tend to play slightly differently from a regular light tank. It's more of a platform for a giant cannon. This thing gets a pretty decent gun for its class. Light tanks not known for having particularly good cannons, unless really you count the Chaffee, which I think has a fantastic gun. But again, still, this thing is played as a scout and a flanker, but you can use it a lot more in an assault role thanks to the cannon it has. Unfortunately, what it has in the cannon, it lacks in the accuracy, the aim time. It's got terrible armor, obviously, because it's a light tank. Does have a decent hit point pool for a light, though. So anyway, Zoropop going to be heading all the way over to the northern flank here with the map updates recently. We've got some buildings over here. Spots out a Centurion 1. Gets his track taken out straight away, but he's having none of that and just quickly repairs that one. Doesn't want to be caught out in the open with people able to have just free shots on him. He has got some backup in the south there in the form of that SU-122 44 and that Chi-Ri. Don't know how much he's going to be able to rely on them. Gets the side armor of this IS-3, a little bit unfortunate just to hit the ground there. The terrible accuracy of this cannon coming into play. And this SU-122 44 is pushed up a little bit further than the light tank, the medium tank, which appears to be camping for some reason. A little bit unfortunate to miss that one as well. Not having a very good start to his match. Finally gets a good shot through the commander's hatch of that IS-3 there, and just going to be playing in a slightly hull down position. So although he doesn't have very good armor himself, the turret on this thing is nice and bouncy. He was very lucky to get a snapshot through the turret of that IS-3 as he was moving. Gonna have to play carefully because there is that KV-4 in the distance. Takes a big hit there in return. Looks like that KV-4 must have either been pre-aiming in this position or I've got a beautiful snapshot. That IS-3 just decided he'd taken too much damage from the light tank, so decided just to YOLO straight over the top, thinking that he'd be able to just bully this light tank. But as it is, the artillery had his back, and I think that Chi-Ri, actually not the artillery, Chi-Ri had his back and took him out as he came over the top. Now it's going to be left to duel with this Centurion 1 that he was fighting with earlier. Can't quite see any of them. Just switching to third-person mode to try and get a hit on the top of that turret. I don't think he got a shot through there. And that Centurion 1 just activates his cloaking device. Gonna have another shot there because he probably won't have moved because it's not safe for him to do so. And just going to wait for his camo to kick back in. And then going to pop back over the top and try and get a spot on him there. Centurion has moved. But he's got to remember that there is this KV-4 in the distance, still exactly where he was before. Going to take his time to aim this one out, although that frontal armor of that KV-4 is quite significant. I don't think he's been spotted here yet, because his sixth sense hasn't gone off and he hasn't been shot yet. So just going to pick his chance, and there we go. Gets a beautiful shot through the side of that KV-4 to get some damage and sets him on fire. And it looks like that KV-4, nope, there we go. Finally uses that fire extinguisher. And now that KV-4 going to drop back, but he's still presenting all the side armor. And the T-28 prototype finishes him off, and Zoropop gets another good bit of damage on him. This Centurion 1's left out in the open now. Not quite able to get the damage to take him out. And a beautiful little jink there by Zoropop to just dive around the side of the Centurion 1. Faking going left, then faking going right, then going left. And just confusing him there. Gonna try and get some eyes on this camping Panzer here. Looks like he did get a damaging shot. And then it looks like that SU-122 44 that was supporting him from the start was able to pick him off. Allies have turned up in force now. We've got this Tiger 1 and this Chi-Ri. Got to play it carefully though, because the battle in the town isn't really going in their favour. Most of the enemy team is in there. They are winning 6 kills to 4. But as you can see, they've got to really rush now for this cap, because the enemy team has a lot of tanks in the town over there. Just going to try and take out the artillery, dodging around the rear here. Got to be careful, because if this S-51 sets up and just goes into TD mode, he could really do some damage to somebody here. T-54 coming in quickly for the support. Oh, gets caught out in the open there. The S-51 has his shot and misses. Now the T-54 comes steaming in, and Zoropop's going to have to make a move here. First shot from the T-54 misses. I don't think this S-51's going to have reloaded yet. Even if he has, he's presented his rear armor. And now it's a chance to run away for Zoropop, because this T-54 is closing in from the rear. Going to play run around the houses with him. And heads off here. The T-54 just gives zero fucks and just decides to run all of the houses down. Zoropop able to get another good bit of damage, but it looks like this T-54 is concentrating on somebody else. Although now he's turned his gun onto target, and Zoropop takes another big shot in the face. And it's now the opportunity for him to run away and again hide behind the buildings. Got to be careful here, because there's an ELC over the way there. Some of his allies have turned up now in the form of this Tiger 1 and this Chi-Ri, but they're going to have some difficulty penetrating the armor of this T-54 from the front. So it looks like it's going to be up to Zoropop to get around the side here and put a shot through him. And indeed he does. Gets one right through the side armor of that T-54. Looks like he's still tracked, and there we go. The Tiger 1 finally able to finish him off. There is still this ELC AMX in the mix somewhere around here. Going to be getting eyes on the location. Looks like some of the enemy team has dropped back now in an effort to try and stop this base capture, which is now progressing very, very quickly. This IS-3 is going to be steaming over this hill any minute now. Gets a beautiful shot through the front of him there. Not sure whether the rest of the enemy team has pushed on to capture the allied base or defend. Very lucky not to get hit there. Zoropop, he's got to try and keep himself safe, although I think he's realised that he doesn't have enough cover and he doesn't have enough time to finish this base capture, so the only chance they've really got is to take out the tanks that are attacking them. Just moving around here, trying to keep himself safe from this IS-3, but has to be aware there's a KV-1S coming in from the rear. This IS-3 still has a huge chunk of hit points. IS-3 trying to overshoot his target in an effort to try and predict where he's going to. But beautiful shot there from the Tiger 1 to take his track out. That's pretty much just saved Zoropop's life. IS-3 decides to switch target and shoot that Tiger 1. Now KV-1S got a hit on Zoropop here, but was only... No, it was a T-34, only able to take out his track Zoropop's able to finish off that KV-1S, and that is kill number 3, and he's still in the cap circle. This Tiger 1 is dead now. And it looks like the enemy team, that E-75, is still attacking the allied base here. And now Zoropop is all on his own against this T-34, which is a Tier 8 premium heavy tank. And the guy is no slouch as well, a decent player. So this one is going to be pretty difficult. Get some eyes on the T-34 as he comes in. He's got 2 buildings between himself and the T-34, but the T-34 isn't really in a rush. He's got over a minute left on this clock, but he needs to take out Zoropop and then reset his position for the attacking allies, using the corpse of the IS-3 here. And T-34 decides to come around one side. Just gonna... There we go. Gets a beautiful shot on his track. I don't think that T-34 was expecting to get tracked there, as he overshoots his target. Decides to traverse his gun around in the other direction. Not quite able to take his tracks out. A little bit unlucky there. Zoropop just banking on the fact that he's got a long enough reload, and indeed he has. He's able to get himself back behind the corpse of this IS-3 here. T-34 just not sure which direction to shoot in, and in fact there's only 20 seconds left on the cap now, and the T-34's missed that shot. Zoropop's going to be aiming for the track here, wants to take that out, not really bothered about getting the damage, but definitely wants to take his track out, so the T-34 can't flank around beside him. Only 5 seconds left on this base capture now, gets his other track off and does some damage. 1 second left, can he do it? Yes, he can. Gets the base capture off, even with this T-34 in there. And just for the icing on the cake, the T-34 gets himself taken out by that Centurion. So absolutely awesome piece of one-on-one play there from Zoropop in his light tank, just schooling the just schooling everybody who came to try and reset that one. So absolutely awesome game from you, getting probably about 5,500 points of damage with a couple of blind shots, 3 kills, and a solo base capture. So absolutely awesome, awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a good replay, then send that into replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, informative, learned something, or just enjoyed yourself, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. Leave me a like or comment. Let me know exactly what you thought. This has been World of Tanks. I have been Maxwell, and I will catch you guys next time.